if I'm Ace, on one hand you might think, well, they're just so reliant on this Genji, ban the Genji. What are they gonna do? On the other hand, it's like, well, they just can't make the Genji work if we draft against it, so let them have it and run our own way. I think that GLuck, if they really want to run this Genji, they should actually pick map and not pick first pick. They are going to pick the first pick, though, which means that they can't double up. Like, they're going to have first pick, so they can't grab Genji Uther. They're not going to have that rotation. They wanted Dragonshire for the macro. You were talking about it earlier, right before we went into this map selection. So, not a surprising pick.
Actually, Ace picking this map.
Oh, you're right, actually, yeah. What am I saying?
I think they are controlling this, but they had a problem in Game 3 when they had a second ban. When they were actually taking Genji themselves, and it failed with Avatar in Game 3. I think that came in from the ban coming out. GLuck started the ban with Uther, and then basically Ace had to ban Maiev. If that comes true once again, I think Ace will be in big trouble. I think they have to switch their pick. If they lose Uther, just ignore that Genji and try to go for what they have been playing so far with Sonya and Medivh coming out again.
Well, we're getting this draft ready, guys. It might be a technical problem, as you know, vehicle of esports and all that. It's hard to, you know, turn the computer on, have a perfect thing with no problems.
There are lots of parts inside the computer.
Lots of parts.
We never know which one's the real problem.
It's usually the headphone jack. You know, that's where these things get centralized. The sound card, you know, those kind of things.
Usually, like after a year of using the same ear pods, and then one of the cables, it doesn't, like the left side doesn't work or the right side doesn't work, and then you have to get the new one. So those sort of things sometimes.
That's Apple knew, man. That's why they removed the headphone jack. They're like, they're for the future. Okay.
Ooh, but we're going straight into the draft, Game 5. This is going to maybe Ace's very first ever series win here.
Yeah, could be. Starting to feel like momentum is back in their favor. Uther ban this time from GLuck. Looks like they want the Tyrael pick. Oh my god, Maiev available.
Oh man,
Insta-lock.
Oh. That was basically
look at Relic
guaranteed.
sit up in his chair, man. He's like, oh, it's a Maiev game? I'm sitting up in the chair.
Sweet!
Alright, this is a fast draft. We're going through this one.
Ace was willing to give that up for Tyrael. They have been banning Tyrael, but that was when they had the first pick.
Like, pick Genji again? I'm like, oh, I don't know about this.
Maiev with Genji?
I think Junkrat is definitely the go-to here.
Hanzo pairs up okay.
Yeah, I think you can grab Hanzo and Junkrat here.
Where's Maiev tonight?
Blaze is another great pick because of the Tracer on the other side. Well, this was a huge gamble that Ace took. Wow, the Sonya steal away pick, and they are going to
Genji.
I actually like this draft way less now, to be honest.
I think they're being a little bit too greedy, picking up all the DPS. Could work, they have the lane, they have some damage, but their front line will be so much weaker.
So they banned the Stukov, but they leave the Medivh ban. Okay, this is just getting a little bit weird for me, GLuck. They leave open the Junkrat.
But just as what we kind of expected. I think that was not 100% guaranteed to come out, but after experiencing all that pain from the poly and the damage actually coming out from Medivh, as a support, it could support all the Sonya coming out. I was expecting something else because they took GLuck took Sonya themselves, not really giving it to Ace this time. Medivh was pairing up with Sonya to maximize that protection for all the games that Ace has won. But still banning that Medivh, it feels like they were really having a big trouble.
Yeah, I just don't feel like the Medivh's as strong with this comp as it was the last one. But either way, you're scared of it. It's been your bane. It's the ban we saw at BlizzCon so much against Team Expert last year. Okay, Garrosh coming through. Will they steal away the Junkrat?
They have
Find
Tracer.
out. Yeah, Tyke is coming through for more consistent damage.
And fits the map pretty good for the Dragon Knight also. Is Milky Way still going to use that ETC once again? Very good for the map, but against the Garrosh again, just like in game 1.
They need a support.
Uther already banned. Stukov, Bluebeetle's favorite, is gone.
I guess they don't. I just guess they just don't even can't even run Junkrat now. I don't know why I was so focused on that, but
I think Rhaegar is basically the only one, not the only one left, I would say, but that fits the map, and that's also the best one to can provide some instant healing and great ancestral healing also.
yeah, I think Anub'arak is also strong in terms of tankier. Like they could run Anub'arak, they can run the ETC. The ETC is the comfort pick for Milky, excuse me, for Milky Way. I guess it is just gonna have to be the Rhaegar, right? Yeah. So everything we predicted comes true. I don't think this is a strong Maiev comp though, and I don't think that Ace is going to be too afraid of it. Their composition is realistically almost never going to be clumped up. So it's going to be tougher to get resets on the queue. There's not a huge pairing for GLuck with the Warden's Cage, with the exception of, I guess, Mosh Pit. And like...
X-Strike?
X-Strike?
Slam?
Question mark?
And Leap? And Blood? But we're going all the way.
This has been a weird draft, shall we say.
Well, I know what you're... like, Maiev, it does not really create the wombo combo inside the prison. Like, the Ring of Frost or anything of those circles coming in, but... It could still work. They have a lot of damage, I think. Their teamfight potential is not only focused on the wombo combo, they can still provide one target focus damage. They can get multiple kills. They have lots of TCs. I still like this strat coming out from GLuck.
Well, on camera, they didn't look too happy with how things turned out, but we'll see if they can change things. This game will be again on the Malfurion, so I think this is permanent, GLuck.
You're right. Give me Mouse and KCB on Garrosh now.
Remember that Relic is flexing to the Maiev in this as well, with Overlord on Genji, so a little bit of a different setup here for GLuck, a little bit less comfortable, and Relic has been the reason why that every time Genji's available, they will pick it this season. But see if this one works out as well as they're hoping. Ace with some massive respect to Milky Way's ETC with the Maiev. Backing off at level 1, not looking for a fight, splitting to soak faster. Tychus is already going to work. They are going to have a rotation down, but Witcher is very aware and will be safe.
If you ever get that, if you ever get caught in that bind as a Tychus or even as a Tracer, it could be a dangerous situation if you're ever pulled back when there's that much damage coming out from GLuck. Sonya's Spear will connect. And even Rhaegar does tons of damage when it goes into wolf form.
Yeah.
Hero almost goes down.
Because of the animation for Bind as well, takes like a little while. It's not really instant. It kind of takes a second of time away from Tracer, so her recall isn't as far away when she does have the opportunity to try to use that. So that's always a potential for follow-up damage. It's funny because you know, in Heroes of the Storm, Tracer has this ability to get away, but she doesn't get healed, so it's kind of scary when your opponent buys time with things like that.
Yeah, it's not the same with the. It's not the same as Overwatch, of course.
Yeah, in Overwatch, when Tracer recalls, she goes back to her health that she had at the time.
She actually goes back in time, but in here, until you pick a talent, it's only to the position that you were in a few seconds ago.
Exactly.
This is the thing.
GLuck here, Ace is just controlling these camps, man. Steal this one, grab the other one early. The GLuck, as you were, I think, about to allude to, has total control of the top lane, but Ace is really controlling this bottom lane hard. They could actually rotate up right now to punish too.
Rush almost went down, but that was not really seen anywhere from Ace actually going in. Even when they don't have a Medivh, going in trying to invade because they knew all the members were away and they were missing a Genji somewhere, so it had to be that choice. Ace really following up with the macro. I like this kind of changes already coming out from Ace, and they are at the last place of HGC Korea, really upgrading what they have been doing so far.
Yeah, they did not slack off during the during the off season, during Eastern Clash Western. They have really come to play tonight. So the trade here obviously slightly better for GLuck. The Night Camp did more than both Siege Giant camps in the bot lane. but it was fairly even. Meanwhile, Hero avoids a power slide. This is actually, because both of these teams are playing so rotationally aggressive, we're having a lot of like downtime in these games where teams are just like looking at each other like, I dare you to fight first, and teams like, no, I dare you to fight first. There's no reason to take a fight. This is the 5th and final game in the series, so we're gonna have some posturing here.
Luckily, yeah, luckily for Ace, because they were able to steal that camp. If they lost the camp, I think the Dragon Knight would have gone to GLuck already. But they were able to steal that and actually catch up with the macro. For a second, they actually lost both.
Had Milky Way been one step forward, would have been able to stun Tracer, potentially get a pick. They hold on to this now. Looks like Leoric's just trading pretty even with Sony in the top lane. They're going to trade this one more time.
Just clearing wave, taking that shrine, and just merry-go-around from there.
This is how this map should always be played, like ideally. It's just kind of always trading the top shrine and fighting over the bottom one like this.
Oftentimes, and then in the meantime, you try to create some crazy upsets like the kill.
Yeah,
it seems like a deja vu, but Genji comes in.
So it just kind of always trades like this, back and forth, back and forth. Genji coming in means that the mid is open, but it looks like GLuck is actually going to take control of this.
Milky Way diving in a little bit.
KCB is
very
that
low.
Damage. He's going to go down potentially here. Oh my god, 50 armor is pretty strong. Whoa.
Yes.
Okay, Hero. Now the one who's being aggressively postured. They're going to look to squat this though.
I think it's going to be super close, but not close enough, and that'll be the first Dragon Knight of the game going to GLuck.
So they hold it. Sony looks like she won the top matchup, which is what allowed this to happen. Eventually, they were just getting pushed down.
Also, the mobility of Genji helped GLuck getting that to get that Dragon Knight so easy. It seemed so easy how they made that rotation. Well, the reason why they were staying on that shrine it's because they wanted to get that first Dragon Knight with the rotation.
Stun coming through here.
And then on charge towards the other side, and KCB will be... Oh, actually...
Well, that was just kind of silly. But
yeah, the bind actually brought him back in.
He was pretty dead. He was pretty dead.
He was dead regardless, but...
Saron wants to make this into a
doing
trade.
A 2v1, but...
Is he actually going to get out? I guess so.
No pulse bomb yet. Building up.
Close. Oh my god, he gets away.
Parting gift not enough for the damage, and
I was almost
winning everything.
I was almost certain he died. That was very well played. Yeah, the lack of pulse bomb. 10's up now for GLuck with this trade. Is going to be, of course, a Warden's Cage. Surprise, surprise, but X-Strike potential. That's the only real combo they have with this. This is going to be Dragon Blade instead, though. Sad. X-Strike was sort of becoming meta for a while in this series, a little bit.
Meta? Oh. In few games back in Eastern Clash.
Yeah.
Even
when they had bad supports for the Dragon Blade, they did it. It's another one of those situations, but...
Let's see, I guess Overlord is also feeling... We're bringing Leoric back, but damage is a little bit more. I think they need a little bit more damage. Ace is trying to... Oh, they're even stopping the camp because they're not 10. They just hit 10 now.
Okay, a little bit of harassment in here. Try to get control of this camp, but they don't grab it. They do drop the Warden's Cage, however. Mosh pit!
Oh man, this is...
Well, Warden's Cage is pretty good. Medivh's, or Maiev, excuse me, is pretty good. Medivh's also, as we learned today, pretty good, but wow. You know, that was like the one combo I was really thinking it could happen, but I don't think it will. It's proven wrong here in this fight.
The second that ETC was going in for that power slide, we knew what was going to happen. And everyone right there, I think, knew. Even the viewers, every single one of you knew what was going to happen there. Ace is committing. Right after that, they had some tools.
One guy's like, "No, I thought they were just gonna dance.
I thought they were
I thought they were gonna have a party. I didn't know they were gonna kill anybody."
The only thing they could have done is maybe have a Twilight Dream right before that power slide and silence some of them. That could have been a huge tool, but never came into the right timing. for Ace.
Yeah, well, this might be another Dragon Knight. Let's see what Ace does, where they commit. Looks like they're committing top. There's going to be a tiny window of time. Oh, no, Sonya couldn't actually grab it. Let's say that might be a tiny window of time to channel. They're just going to take the neutral camp now. Let Sonya retreat. They're okay losing this wall because this is not too significant. The winning lane on this map is never top lane.
I'm actually liking Seron's playstyle changed a lot between the break. He was very aggressive, always getting caught during the rotation, and overextending alone, dying alone in that solo lane sometimes. But tonight, he has been super...
Got that 1v2 kill.
I know that one too, and that he was never... I think he was caught off maybe once in that solo lane, but not... Except for that one, I can't really pinpoint any other mistakes that he has made in the solo laning phase.
Yeah, it's improvement is definitely to be noted, absolutely. Okay, KCB, he took the wrong path here. He's going to get the toss, but even if he survives this, which I don't think he will, this was not, there was no, wow. Okay, Twilight Dream
canceled by the mosh pit for a second. Big trade-off, but still, you got the, GLuck got the kill, so.
This is, I mean, horrible now for Ace because they are losing a Dragon Knight mid. They lost their whole keep wall, and they're going to lose mid fort. But the thing is, they might also lose a keep. Look at this minion wave starting to stack up. They're going to at least damage this, and this is going to put them closer to 16. This is a fantastic position for GLuck now. Only Tracer working on the Dragon Knight right now. Odin popped. They're going to just rotate mid. That was well done by Hero. That's how you burn through Dragon Knight's health.
It is still under 10 minutes. So Dragon Knight is not the strongest one, so I guess they didn't really want to go for the keep when everything was available for Ace's side. So for that pass, it's slow. Level up for GLuck. 3 levels apart because of that. They didn't want to risk anything.
Yep. I thought they might go for a top push towards the top fort. 2-level scaling advantage they have. But they don't have Mosh Pit. They're just going to try to look for a camp. With Sonya showing top, though, Ace knows they can invade this. GLuck in some trouble here. Good taunt. Warden's Cage going to help mitigate the damage, though no one can really get in here. But still, this is a one fight for Ace. And for the 3rd time in this series, GLuck just fails to understand which camp fights they can and cannot take against Ace's composition. I think having too much faith in the Medivh there, or sorry, I don't know why I keep saying Medivh, Maiev.
That rework Medivh is pretty good.
Yeah, it's kind of in my brain a lot, I guess.
GLuck, in terms of macro, how they start the macro with the camp timing, they have been a lot better compared to Ace, but Ace has been really punishing those timings when they were lacking all the resources, when they see someone else onto the other lane split pushing, especially Sonya when the Saron's on to the other side. Then Ace goes in and makes it 4v5. They know that's going to happen, and they're going to win for 100%, and they knew that Mosh Pit was not available.
It's very clear that GLuck is prioritizing camps, and that's something they've been working on during the down season. But as a result, it feels like they're unwilling to let camps go. They start these camps,
yes, that's
Sonya
true.
shows top, and it's like not a single person on Ace is showing on the map. So guess what? They're coming to kill you, and you need to leave. And they were so unwilling to leave the camp, they want to take every fight 4v5. Having too much faith in Maiev in this case, but 16, they still have it. It wasn't the worst fight in the world for them. It's not like they ended up, you know, losing a keep for it or anything like that.
I know what
they still have this talent advantage.
Sometimes you have to lose things, but you can't make it worse. I think GLuck is just being a little bit too greedy, just letting things go right now.
Okay, we're going to see a big Cage here with the combo with Witcher. He is totally caught right now. Mosh here interrupted, but the fight is already won. Ace is going to have to retreat. Gamey buys some time here with the Ice Block. Pulse Bomb goes wide, and GLuck takes a triple, and they're just going to grab a Dragon Knight for this.
And that was basically under the fort, but the camp was taking all the fort shots. So GLuck was basically taking no damage from the fort. They had better positioning. Ace, a lot of their members were going down in HP already. Tyke was, I don't know what he was trying to do in that cage. He bounced off 3 times alone.
Well, it was really cool
I'm pretty sure he knows how the cage works.
Yeah, well, it was cool because the way that it was executed was we saw the tether, and then he dropped the cage, because the cage takes a second to channel and come up, so he pulled him into the cage with perfect timing there, and I guess maybe the idea was he was trying to break the first wall to get out with the second one, but bumped into too many.
Maybe he knew that he was going to die and tried to break the wall for his teammates to survive. I think that's what he was trying to do.
Yeah, I mean, it's something along those lines. Didn't work out. Dragon Knight's up. We're looking at a 13-minute Dragon Knight now. Should be guaranteed keep, although Sonya is so consistently trying to kick people instead of doing damage to the wall, or excuse me, to the keep itself.
They also have the camp pushing at the same time, so they can definitely get the keep. They can also force into a team fight. Only thing they are lacking is Mosh Pit.
Okay,
it's not available for 30 seconds.
Tether grabs Rush there, not the target they wanted. Keep goes down. They're gonna leave. Well, maybe I spoke too soon. Another kick here.
Going for a core at this timing. I don't know about this decision.
Yeah.
Let's wait for a few more seconds.
Okay, Sonya's gonna pop out, but she's caught here. Okay, good Warden's Cage. Rush super low. Twilight Dream doing a little bit for them here. Dragon Blade coming out. Overlord trying to get maximum damage out of this, but they've got 3 kills already. Hero tries to come in for the kill, nearly kills himself due to deflect. And I think this is just simply gonna be game. HGC finally GLuck is going to close out this series.
Even without the Mosh Pit, it was on cooldown. The entire team fight, the Warden's Cage, and how Ace was positioning, knowing that Cage was going to come out, was very questionable decision at the very end. But a series goes to GLuck once again, and Ace were close to be getting their first series ever win in HGC, but not going to be tonight.
Smile on the face of Saron, but most somber looks on the rest of the team, because they know that this should have been, with the path they were on, going to the first part of this phase, this should have been a 3-0. This should have been much more dominant of a series by them. And you can see the members of Ace knowing they were so close to that first victory you were talking about. Head in hands, as one of the members earlier, sighs, you can almost hear them even without the audio. But I feel like Ace showed up with reworked Medivh and Sonya, had clear plans in draft, intelligent drafting, better team fighting, punishing plays. I feel like the one thing they could really still work on is when they're ahead, furthering their advantages. Sky Temple, I think, was the biggest glaring moment of that. But just in general, the team looks stronger, so despite the fact they weren't able to get that first win, and they're still very likely headed for relegation, I think today is the first sign of improvement. Today is the first match where they can go home and saying, you know, we practiced these things, and they worked.
Yeah, and it really showed. I think, not just that, I think all the viewers could tell they really try to work on those timings where they can take the advantage to their maximum and try to catch up to the level if they're behind, or even take the lead even to a further extent if they were leading the game. And we could really see what they have worked on. It actually became kind of, feels like it became their style almost. Like if you think of Ace, oh, they're really good at the perfect timing to go, and when they have the same talents, even when they're behind by a couple levels, they can actually go in for the engage. If they see someone, they're able to actually use the information to catch up the level, to make team fights. And I think Medivh pick for some time, if they're up against few other teams at the lower part of the rank standings, I think they can actually use those kind of drafting style once again. I think it could still work after tonight.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of arguments for it, and I think if we see any Medivh in our next series, it's indicative that we're going to be seeing Medivh for the rest of this season, probably, if people are already able to find this much success. But we don't know that yet. We've only seen it from Ace. It was even banned by GLuck in that final game. So in just a moment, guys, we are going to have an interview with our MVP. For me, I think the clear MVP is Blue Beetle. I think his support play was fantastic. His Uther was great. His Malfurion was fantastic as well, especially on Cursed Hollow. That was really impressive how he used the Twilight Dreams. But I have a feeling we might hear from Relic.
Yes.
Because he has also been very aggressive. He's been the focal point one way or another.
I was going to choose Blue Beetle, and you chose Blue Beetle, so I was thinking about Relic, but you covered both of them, so I'll choose Tesseron tonight, actually.
Saron is definitely the most emotional tonight after the victory. So.
Well, that's how we usually talk. We talk like this, and one hand with your mustache, of course, on the beard. Are you going to trim your beard sometime
Soon.
I think it's coming.
I don't know which one's going to come out first, like the next hero after Phoenix or my beard trim.
The
I think-
Dragoon.
Like everyone says the weirdest hero ever, and they just like pick Decker King. I'm like, no, I don't think so. I think it's gonna be something crazy.
Crazy. What is it, like Innkeeper?
That would be cool.
It'll be cool. Super cool.
What
What is he gonna do?
I don't know. Like throw Hearthstone cards at people.
QWR or RNG?
What
see.
other weird heroes could there be? Like the Overmind.
Overmind, actually, that could work super
Yeah.
well. I'll be excited for Innkeeper anytime.
What else? What other? Well, we're gonna watch these highlights, but like, let's think about this for a second, GLuck. Like, what other heroes could there be? Like, I never really played Warcraft.
Rainer. I think
You
Rainer
know,
could
oh
be a
my god,
really
that would
good
be
hero.
the weirdest hero they added. It would
Yes.
be crazy.
I think Rainer could be like the best hero ever.
Yeah, Rainer could be really interesting, really weird, man. Especially if they like made him viable. That would
Yes.
be crazy. Like, how could a hero with like a big gun with more range than everybody else be viable? Maybe if they gave him like some sort of heal on his E that's like a passive, where if he took a lot of damage, he'd be healed up. Oh man, they could make him call down his ship, the Hyperion, as like an ultimate. He could
The
also
riders?
Yeah.
You can actually bring the riders
yeah,
also?
the Banshees, or maybe his W is a passive where he becomes more of a pushy hero, like where he inspires others because he's such an inspiring hero in StarCraft.
Oh man, you are so smart, Wolf.
I feel like if they tweak, his damage to be, somewhat decent, maybe they can add a crit system or something. Maybe he'd be viable. I think that would be crazy though. Weirdest hero ever.
Whenever you level up, you have your own strength, dex, agility, and int system. You can choose your stats, and then if you put some of the stats into the luck, and then you can build your crit system in that way, like an RPG.
Yeah.
That would be great. Rainer. I never thought of
Rainer,
that
man.
before.
What a cool hero idea, man. You are on fire tonight, GLuck.
Thanks, and this was a great. We
Oh my God.
all knew this was going to be a wipe, and Hero basically sprayed water from the side.
Nah, man. One guy in the chat, he was pretty sure it was gonna just be a dance party. All right, so we have our MVP. Honkono's gonna interview. GLuck is gonna translate. Take it away.
And we have Relic, who played incredible Genji and Maiev tonight. So it was the first Maiev tonight. And Honkono something saying something random. What do you think? Why do you think they let Maiev go in the ban? And Maiev, it's really hard for us to actually practice because it's always been in Hero League and also in scrims. But whenever we were able to grab Maiev, I think we won almost all of it. So I think really we played well with her tonight.
그리고 오늘 같은 경우는 또 분위기가 굉장히 좋다고 처음에 말씀을 해주셨고 그냥 영어리그에서도 많이
Of course, even before the match, you guys were talking about that you guys are having good scrim results even in Hero League individually.
그런 경기가 나오지 않았어요. 에이스 팀이 굉장히 강해졌다고 느끼십니까?
And tonight, Ace was really able to compete against you. Do you think they became so much better? I think they really studied into against our playstyle. I think they were able to poke into what we have prepared tonight, and I think that's exactly why they were so good.
처음 MVP 하시는 그런 소감에 대해서 말씀해 주세요.
And also, this is your first MVP. How does it feel? And of course, to be in the spotlight, also becoming the MVP, really feels different and also good at the same time. And I'm sorry I'm such a bad interviewer for making all those short questions. But with the rework to Sonya, do you agree with that Sonya is so much better and stronger in a way? Of course, before the hotfix, there were some crazy things that Sonya was basically invincible. But with the hotfix, she's very viable and still very strong as a hero. And as the last question, let's want to hear any of your shout-outs to your fans. And I know there are some hidden fans and not really coming to the venue, but still online, keep cheering for us as we continue to play better. And seems like that's what they're going to show us every single time from now on. GLuck had some troubles against Ace tonight, but they were still able to come on top.
Yeah. Relic's a really good player.
And Uncono's a really bad interviewer.
Well, yeah, he's always kind of self-deprecating up there. You know,
No,
GLuck, you translate it as well as you can. And we're not actually like trying to like jab at Hunkono, but he himself like
I
every
thought
day.
after 3 years of translating in esports, I thought I was pretty good, but Hunkono's next level. And
Like-
he's giving me challenges.
Hunkono, like every day in the makeup room, he's like, yeah, I have to do an interview today. He's like, I don't want to do it. He's like, I'm so bad at this. And then like he goes up there and he's like, yeah, sorry if this is awkward, but anyway, like I just wanted to ask you, like, it's your first time in the interview. He's like, yeah, you mentioned that already, like, yeah.
And then it's even worse because Relic, he's not actually answering the question. He actually asked, why do you think Sonya's so good? And then he says, oh, Sonya was basically broken, but she was hotfixed, so she's good. But it's an answer, but it's not really answering the question all the time. So that was one of the most awkward interviews I've ever seen in HGC Korea. But
Hey, it's okay.
it still went out, and I did my job.
You did your job, GLuck. It's time, though, for a short break. When we come back, the
Oh,
marquee
yes.
matchup, Tempest versus Ballistics. Don't miss it. We'll be back in just a few.
Continue to fight and earn glory in battle.